Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. We're getting ready to start part 2 of the world tour. I want to thank MarcuusTheGreat again for going along with us and checking everything out. Hope you guys are having a great day. Stay safe, take care of each other, and let's get right into it.
I have a friend, and he's really into Minecraft too, and he's the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's as far as enjoyable games, you have PvP, you've got, building your own designs, you've got solo missions, you got the Wither, you got the Ender Dragon, you've got, all these different things you can do. And then you can actually create gauntlets, is what I call them, but basically like monster fighting gauntlets. Just all kinds of different stuff you can do with the game that it just has almost everything anybody would want.
This is 100,000%. I need to see this one day.
Oh
I
man, you're
need to
welcome
see the
anytime.
the fight, the monster fighting. We just need to have a tournament. We'll like take bets on like your favorite monster and just brawl.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got 2 or 3 spots picked out that we've talked about. Where we're gonna build like a basically a gauntlet with just a bunch of different monsters, and you can set up farms to spawn those monsters, like a specific one, so you can actually
Yeah,
keep one section of it to what you want it to be. But these guys are all book traders, so every one of these are the best trade that you can get without it being a zombie villager,
mm-hmm.
and it's pretty much any book that you want they have. And then basically what we do is we'll trade with these guys, get the emeralds we need to buy, and then go get the books or whatever we need to do. And then over here, before we go up top, I'll show you that one. This right here is just basically the horse stable.
Yeah.
And then this is the bee farm. So this one has, I think, 35 or 40 bees nests in here. So we just get honey from here. And then we also turned it into a carrot wheat. So that way if we need any of these items for the traders or anything, it's all right here.
I'm just ready to go.
Yep. And then this has another composter, so all the wheat seeds get turned into compost here. And then, as per usual, this feeds over into the house. So everything goes back to the sorting system of the house. And then up top, before we go to the nether, this is the beginning of the castle. And then it just got to be too big of a build for me to take on alone, so I kind of postponed a lot of the builds on it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first villagers I ever got. I built them their own little town.
Habitat.
And it's completely safe in there. It's 100% spawn proof. So
Yeah.
there's no danger. And then I spawned like 15 golems to protect them. And then this was going to be another storage system here that I built for the castle side.
This is actually a habitat, and I love it.
All the turtles? Yeah, we'll do the turtles after this one. I forgot. So, same thing as the house. This has all the items as far as storage per item. And then it's got 3 different levels on it. And then this one was set up with an AFK fish farm as well. So that way you get AFK fish up here if you wanted to.
And is that mainly, do y'all mainly use the AFK fish farm for books?
We used it for bows and fishing rods, mainly, is what I used it
Okay.
for. And then I'm glad we used it when we did, because the Nautilus shells are now one of the hardest things to get in the game, because the only way you can get it is from drowns or from AFK fishing, or from fishing.
Uh,
So this next one is the tree farm. So what this does is this pushes trees out. So if you
mhm.
see those right there, basically you have saplings that you hold in your hand, and then there is a redstone line right there that feeds into this dropper, and this gives me saplings to place. And then there's also a another dispenser that spits out bone meal, so it just grows the trees and pushes them out. And then this is a TNT machine, so it blows up the logs, sends them into this collection system, and then boom, tree farm.
And what is this is the, like, what is the need for a tree farm? Just,
Uh,
access the
logs.
wood whenever.
Yeah, logs and planks.
Okay.
I used it for the sorting system at the house because when you're making hoppers and chests, it takes a
Yeah.
lot of planks. So that's pretty much what I used it for at first. Because I was
And
like,
is it just blue glass you're walking on,
yeah.
like out there?
Hmm.
I was wondering why it was so clear.
Yep.
Because like even like just normal white glass, you have like the little white things that go through it, and you can't really like you can see through it, but at the same time it's kind of like. But this looks like clear, clear. Like
Now this I have Optifine. I don't know if you use Optifine, but
nope.
what Optifine does is it's like a mod that you can add to the game that'll connect the glass textures.
Oh, that's probably what
So
it
that's why it looks so
is.
clear, yeah. And it actually helps the running of your what you call it, your servers and your game. It runs it
Yeah.
smoother when you're loading chunks and stuff.
And does that do that for? Is that only? Is it strictly for glass?
No, it'll do some of the other textures like grass. It'll do grass blocks where here you go, where it puts grass on the side of it.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. Optifine's the stuff, and it also gives me the zoom because that's one of the Optifine things you can do as well.
Jeez, Christ.
And
See, if you would have showed me that grass block, I would have asked you what that is. 100%.
yeah. Well, if you've never played on Optifine, there's a lot of differences in textures and stuff too. And then they have like resource packs you can add, so you can actually change the looks of the whole game. So if you want water to do shimmers, like well, here I can show you shaders. This is what.
So, like on an average day for y'all to get on, if y'all didn't have anything planned to build, what would y'all do? Like, if both of y'all were on, what would be like the thing to do? Because I literally feel like there's a million things to do.
Oh yeah, that's well. The first 15 minutes is me and her standing around talking about what we want to do, or it's we broke the house, everything's a mess. Let's clean up what we did before we start on something else. Because when you're doing these projects, like there's so many items and like storage and stuff you're working with. There's just
Yeah.
shulker boxes and stuff laying everywhere, and just different things that you run into with it that just makes it a pain. So 9 times out of 10, that's what it ends up being, is just kind of us kind of deciding. But like we'll set up projects. We got the 10,000 day thing coming up soon, so that'll be something we're gonna do.
So, do y'all have like a next like project you're doing? Like, what would be the absolute like next thing y'all do?
What is it?
The next like big project that y'all are gonna do?
There's like two or three of them that are pretty big. Um, oh man, I was hoping let me go to sleep. So we've got the witch farm that we're almost finished with. I say almost, but it's still got a lot of work.
Hmm.
But it's one of the bigger ones. That'll be one of the ones I'll show you next. And then, uh, like a lot of these projects are staged. So, like for instance, the house started out as the house, and then it progressed with the sheep farm, and then the overworld gold farm, and they just kind of go like that. So a project will start, we'll pick a spot and be like, oh, this would be cool, and then it just goes. Like you'll see in the mine and a couple other places where we've done farming and stuff. I could show you a little section where it started, and then you see the whole progression. You can kind of see like it just expands as the build goes, and
Yeah.
then also you got updates that are in there. So like as updates come in, new blocks come into the game, you kind of just do additional stuff. So it just depends on the size of the locations too. Like we've done some where we fly 25,000 blocks, build a nice little cute little house, and then never go back. So it just depends
I
on the
think
day.
is this turtles and chickens?
This is turtles. I'm at the turtle farm.
Okay. What are those things on the thing?
So these right
Oh,
here.
is it? Yes.
So these are
Okay,
turtle
I
eggs.
couldn't tell.
Yeah. So this is all Brie. Brie, this is her whole farm. I left and went somewhere for a couple days and came back, and this is what I saw. So
Mm.
she figured out how to breed turtles, and then she figured out how to hatch the eggs because I needed them for the gold farm, and then it just turned into this.
So how do you feel about the cave update that's going to happen?
It is amazing. That's going to be one of the coolest updates that they've had.
What is it? Solar Ass. I have no idea what it is.
Um, the cave update is underground caves. So basically, we are getting new blocks, new vegetation, and then new mobs. So they have an arbiter, I think is what it's called. So it's a two hit. If you get hit by it, you're dead.
That's
What?
insane.
Warden. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, warden.
Wait, two hit with no armor on?
No, with netherite armor on. Yeah. And then they have a new item that is I'm absolutely ecstatic for called a Skulker.
What is that?
So it is based on sound. So the way it works is it sends a like a Wi-Fi signal from one to the other. So if you have two Skulkers close together, you can extend a signal without any redstone or anything, just based on sound alone. And then what it'll do is it'll send a redstone signal to wherever you're going. So like if you want to set it up to where you're flying at a mountain and then all of a sudden a door opens up while you're flying towards it, the Skulkers will let you do that. Yeah, it's awesome. It was one of my
This
favorite things.
game just keeps getting complex and complex. Just
This was the main reason why she built the farm. She wanted turtle shell helmets.
what are the turtle helmets? Like what are they what do you get them for? I know there's a reason for it.
Um, they start you out with 15 or 10 or 15 seconds of water breathing,
okay.
so that way you don't drown right away.
Yeah.
And then I think they have the same armor equivalent as iron. So it's like replacing an iron helmet with a water breathing helmet, basically.
Yeah. It's kinda nice.
Yeah.
My brain's lagging right now from all of this. Y'all are actually insane. And this is I kinda wish I had the brain power for this, but at the same time, I know I don't.
I mean, it's in theory, if you look at like each individual one, because these are all progression of like this one, then this one, then this one. You know, I didn't just start the server and be like, yeah, build all these. So it was more of a learning curve for me because I just started playing Minecraft a year ago. Like it was, I think, not a year, it was a little bit over a year ago. It was like last April.
Yeah.
So this is all stuff I've learned recently. But there's just technical stuff that you can pick up on as you're going. So, do you know how the nether travel works?
Nope.
Okay, so nether travel, every one block in the nether is equivalent to 8 blocks in the overworld. So, when you're traveling, if you go from nether portal to nether portal on the nether side,
Mm-hmm.
is 8 times faster than the overworld.